Hi everyone, I'm Farmer Jolly and welcome back to our survival series on Riverbend Springs. Now, it is getting quite late in March. It is about £6:45. We have about £15,500 left in the bank. We did need to buy some more seed. I stupidly used all of the seed because I managed to get the seed into the greenhouse and the fertilizer. I didn't put all of the seeds in. I didn't put all of the fertilizer in. I did put all of the seeds in. Now, if you remember in the last episode, I tried to do that and I couldn't get it to load, and that's because I was trying to load the fertilizer in this point here, which I think is the water point, whereas I should have been doing it here. And as soon as I moved the fertilizer bag here, it worked. The seeds, on the other hand, didn't, because they were in a pallet form. We had to load them into the trailer and then we could unload them. So we have done that. And if I just open this and look in here, we have 1,522 litres of seeds left and 860 litres of solid fertiliser, and we've activated this production, the lettuce with seeds and solid fertiliser, because the main difference, obviously we had the lettuce going originally and that was using 16 water to give us 16 lettuce. This is using 42 water, 1 seed and 1 fertilizer, but giving us 84 lettuce. So it's going to give us a higher amount of lettuce. So yeah, we needed to buy more seed because the Zeta tractor, which was seeding field 3, ran out of seeds. So we got a new bag or new pallet of seeds and loaded them back up, and you can see field 3 is completely planted with our tram lines all in, ready to go, which is brilliant. I think if I just stop moving the mouse, yeah, so you can see it's growing. The expected yield is 91% because it needs nitrogen. The pH, it says, is good, so it could do with some more, but we might do that. I suppose actually we could do that in this month if we get round to it. But this field, I don't know if it's going to show us any data. Yeah, it is. It's got large weeds. It needs some herbicide, which is going to need a sprayer. And that is going to be our goal for this episode, to get the sprayer, because I have found what I think will be quite a good one. So if I just jump into the store, we could potentially go for this setup, but we're going to go for this unit here with this tractor. We'll put the narrow tires on, which is about the same price. I'll have to decide which style we go for. Are there any? Oh, is it just one? Oh no, we can get narrow here. So yeah, we will get this, but we need some more money because we're going to buy it outright. It is only 95 horsepower, but I think that is not bad. We've got, I'm not sure which size engine we've got in this, but it's either 76 or 107. And we've also got this Landini, which is 80, so it'll be more powerful than the Landini, definitely. We could actually have a really quick look. So if I do this and customize, okay, so it's got the biggest engine. It's got 117 horsepower, so that will still be our large tractor. But say large tractor, it's still a small tractor, but it's our largest tractor. So we've got this loaded up with, it's not the neatest, but we've got finally got the wood chips on to sell those. All the lettuce and 3 roofing pallets. So we're going to sell that because that is going to help, hopefully, be able to help us be able to afford the new tractor, because I need to get the herbicide down as soon as possible. So we're going to tag the restaurant because I don't think the roofing plates, no, they don't sell at the restaurant, and I'm assuming nor do the wood chips, which they don't. So let's jump into this. Let's turn all the lights on and head on over. Now we have done a deadwood contract. We've chopped all of the trees down. There were 10 trees and they have been, well, I have removed the branches and chopped them into 6-meter lengths. The Landini tractor I sent on a worker to grab the log trailers, and that is now gone over to the trees to collect them so we can deliver it to the sawmill. So there's a lot that we've got to do, especially in March, because we really could do with getting the herbicide on the ground this month. So we are going to be a bit pushed for time, but hopefully we can do it all. And it might be that we, if I can, I'm going to try and get the lime on the field in this month as well, on the oats field. But if we can't, then we will be doing all of that in the next month. We won't be able to roll the oat field because we just don't have, I think we have a roller, I'm not 100% sure, I can't remember. But I think we're going to be too pushed for time. So oh, am I going the wrong way for the restaurant? I am. Right, let's turn around here because we are currently heading to the sawmill. So let's turn this around. And join onto this road here. And it should take us to the restaurant, I believe. Yes. So we need to go completely over this bridge, obviously. And we're actually not too far from the Landini, so we could, we'll get all this sold first, and then if we need the Landini or need that contract money to be able to buy the herbicide, we will do that. But I need to try and make sure we've got some money in the bank for when we move into the next month, because I don't want to run out, or I don't want the things on finance to take too much money, because we then might have an issue where we go into negative amount, and I think we get fined 5% for the financed equipment if we can't afford the payment, which is another reason why we're going to go for the smaller of the two tractors. So let's just pull in here. We will need to reverse because I went too far. So if we stop there, there we go. So we can strap all that back down. So we've got 46,000, which is nearly, I think, enough for the new tractor. It's exciting to actually get another new tractor, so we'll have 3 tractors on the farm. And just because it's going to be our spraying tractor doesn't mean we have to just use it for that. We will be able to use it for other bits of equipment, or bits of work, sorry, so we will be able to use that for the fertilizer. But let's get everything sold and then see where we stand with the money. So this will be the roofing pallets here. There we go. So that is up to 52,000. And I don't think, no, we can't cross over there, unfortunately. Let's spin round. And because these wood chips caused us so much hassle in the last episode, we are finally going to sell them at the place we know we can sell them. So, I'm going to get these sold, and I will see you at the store. Right, well, the Zeta tractor and the trailer are at the store, and we've just quickly jumped into the Landini and collected all of the wood. So that is all stacked relatively neatly in the trailers. And we're just going to quickly unload it so we can carry on with the wood productions. We'll leave the tractor there for now. So we can carry on with the wood, or the planks, etc. Because that was empty, but it also means we can now collect this contract, which is only 1,500, but it's better than nothing. Now, there are some other contracts that we could look at doing, but I think they're going to take quite a bit of time. But if we've got a sprayer, we can look at doing these. So let's jump back into this, the Zeta tractor, or Zeta tractor. We'll run over and quickly purchase that tractor and spraying setup. So we want to go, is there anything in the store? No. So small tractor. Now we can't afford that anyway, so it's this one here, and we need some narrow tires. Now, which ones look better? Trying to find some that have narrows. So it's trailable or Michelin. We'll go for the Michelin. We're not going to have the... We're not going to put this on yet. We could put that on at some point, but for now, I think we will even... Blue does look quite nice. That does look really smart, but it adds money, so we're going to stick to the standard colours. So let's buy this. And then we can get a front loader. We don't need that at the moment. We do need this though. So let's buy that tank. And again, it would be nice to have these on, but we can't afford them yet because they are a lot more money than we have. So let's buy this. So we've got 10,000 in the bank and we need some herbicides. So where is that? Is it here? Yes. Herbicide. Let's just get... Should we get one pallet for now or two? Let's get 2 pallets because that's then going to be plenty. And that is all lined up here. So let's start this. We will get everything hitched up. If I can line myself up properly. There we go, so that's that. Let's just bring the camera out so we can see where we're going. That didn't work. Let's try and get it a better line so that we don't knock it over again. Yeah, that's a bit better. So attach that. We can refill the herbicide. Now, there we go. So that is all ready. So I'm going to get the pallets and this tractor loaded up onto the trailer so we can take everything back in one go. So I will see you in a second. Welcome back. So we've made it back to the farm, and obviously this is all filled up, ready to go. So let's just have a quick look as to what the working width is. So we've got a 21-meter working width. So let's open this, and we want steering assist. Turn that on. Let's unfold this. I think we might be not over enough. So that's looking a bit better. There we go. So we can activate that. Turn this on. Drop it down. And go forwards. And this should now get rid of all of the weeds. So if we just have a quick look. See that game save quickly. And if we come across, there we go. So the weeds are turning from green to brown, saying that we have got rid of them. So let's get this done for the whole field, which shouldn't take long at all. And then I'm hoping that we can lime the other field as well. So then, let's get ourselves repositioned. It's nice because this really isn't going to take us long with such a big working width. Now I've installed a mod. I think I mentioned it in the vintage series. But I have a mod installed where we can create our own herbicide and liquid fertilizer, which I think would be quite fun to do. But it does cost quite a bit to set up. But that might be something we look at in this series, because obviously we have our own sprayer now, so we can just use the fertilizer spreader just for the lime and make our own liquid fertilizer for the fields. But the fertilizer and seed for the greenhouse, that looks like it's going to do very well for us, because we've already got another 3 pallets ready to be sold. So that is really going to help bring the money in. So in theory, we should have one more pass, which is just here. So let's turn that on, activate this, and this, yep, is going to get rid of all of these weeds, which should hopefully boost the yield. Obviously we don't want to be using herbicide because that, I think, is going to damage our environmental score. Which is why it would be nice to be able to put the pulse spraying on and the spot spraying, because then it's only going to do it where we need to. So we can now lift this back up and fold it away. We might as well leave the herbicide on the front. So let's stop this tractor and park up here. Disconnect that. Might as well leave the herbicide tank on the front for now. we will grab this because I want to see what it's like with the line. Sorry, with the tram lines. So let's unload that. Go and fill up with lime. Probably would have been faster if we drove. I will actually just detach this. Don't fall. Just because we don't need it on. So let's refill with lime. We have a lot of lime, which is good because I think we're going to need it. I've changed my mind. We're going to put the herbicide tank back on, just because it's going to act as a bit of weight, hopefully, to keep the front end down. So lift that, and yeah, that's driving a bit better, I think. So obviously we've not got the tram lines to use at the moment, but I think this is a 42 meter working width. So let's open that. Yep, that's perfect. Turn that on. Drop back ever so slightly. And turn the lime on. And we are going through lime very quickly. But hopefully this is going to get it to the right stage, but I think we're gonna have to buy some more because we're gonna run out. So let's just see how far we can get. But not very far, and we're out. And there's not much here. So I think, should we call it there? I think we'll call it there for this episode. I will get the field completely limed. And we've actually got more than I thought. Okay, we've got another 100%. So rather than ending straight away, let's just see how much more we can do. Turn it on and just go. We can come back and do the final little bits that we've missed after. But it'd be, if we can get this field done, that would be brilliant. Going to be really close. So we can turn that off. And then I think if I bring this up, we can lower that to a much smaller working width. So yeah, we're on 15 meters, which might just allow us to have enough. It is going to be very close though, but no, we're not going to have enough. We have got more in the bag. I'm determined now to get this field done as there's not much left. Don't know how much is going to be left though. Okay, a lot more than I thought, 40%. That could be enough. Let's turn that on. Yeah, we should be absolutely fine. Perfect. and we can turn that off, and then we can just have a quick look at this. So actually, it's probably easy if we jump out. Its pH is now good, but its nitrogen, which I think is its fertilizer, is bad. And the fertilizer shouldn't take as long. So yeah, before we end the episode then, we will just fertilize. We can bring the working width back up to maximum. Let's drop that there and fill up with fertilizer. We might as well just grab a full hopper, or pretty full hopper anyway. I know it did fill the hopper. I didn't know if we were going to have enough or not, but we did. So we can now turn this on, reactivate the steering lines, and get the nitrogen on the ground. We might have to do this another time, but hopefully this is going to boost the yield for the oats, and we're not using anywhere near as much fertilizer. Actually, it doesn't look like we've used any. Oh, its nitrogen's too high. That's why. Okay, that is interesting. Yeah, its nitrogen is at 160, 140, 160, and it says for the oats it wants 100. So yeah, we are too high. I'm not sure how we bring that down, but let's stop fertilizing because we don't want to put any more on. So we will end it there for this episode. If you've got any ideas how we can get the nitrogen levels down, please let me know in the comments, because I really do not know. But is that a roll that we've got? Yes, it is a roller. I will roll the field off screen, as we do actually have a roller. But as always, thank you very much for watching the episode. I really do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, hopefully we will see you back here for the next one. But thanks again for watching, and bye for now.